Warning before we begin today's podcast, it is on the live action movie of Aladdin in 2019. You have been warned. Hello, guys and gals. Now, one word comes to mind in Aladdin 2019. Misunderstanding. Now, a lot of the characters here, and especially Aladdin, revolve around the premise that they've been misunderstood and the conditions of where they live often portray how they're going to turn out. This in my family is very big, and especially in myself in my daily life is a constant struggle, constantly being misunderstood, constantly being seen a certain way, and constantly being told that I can't be anything else. There's this saying, do not look towards the future, look to a future you can see. I just made this up, so that saying comes from me. If you ever want to use it, I won't take any offense to that. But oftentimes when I am living in my own world, or oftentimes when I'm in my job, or playing games, or just hanging out with friends, which I haven't done in a long time because of pandemic, I am told I am very cheerful, very happy, and very nice to listen to, which is probably why I started this podcast. Now, my sister knows this better than I do, is I am like a book. You open me and you can read me. Whereas me, my book is my face. Lots of people think I have very few secrets left, very few things that they know very little about me of, and this may not always be true. You see, humans are constantly changing, and this movie, to me, very much encompasses the roles and the responsibilities and the duties given to you and what expectations that may bring. Let's take Aladdin first. Aladdin was born as a street rat, and as a street rat, he doesn't have any money, he can't buy anything, and he doesn't have a job. So what does he do? He goes around stealing stuff that he may need, and ultimately becomes the hero, which in our own premise, regardless of the cartoon Aladdin and the real live action Aladdin, one thing is for certain and is common. Aladdin is a human, and he doesn't have powers like Elsa or has cool future-looking visions like Bruno, but he does have one very specific quality, and that's he's ordinary. Now, people think ordinary people are boring. Sometimes. I can probably say this from experience, is that I'm not super interesting, and people often see that as a weakness. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. For Aladdin, it is his best quality to be ordinary that makes him unpredictable. As a street rat, he often is unpredictable with how he gets stuff, how he runs away, and the fact that he can sing and run through the streets of Agrabah without breaking a sweat. Quite amazing. Let's take Jasmine, one of my second favorite characters. Not only does she sing Speechless in the song, and I've been singing that since the first release of the movie, actually, but she's a princess. You would think someone with so much power and so much responsibility is constantly thinking, what can I do to better myself? But that's not true for Jasmine. Jasmine actually looks at her own life and thinks, what can I do for my people? What can I do to make the lives of my people better? Oftentimes when we look at other people, we think, oh, they're only doing stuff for themselves. Only certain actions are seen as, oh, you're doing this for someone else. Not for everyone else, just for someone else. If you can make that one person's life so much better, you will make the world a little bit better as well. And oftentimes when I look at that, I can be quite skeptical and quite honest, a little too honest, honestly speaking, is when I look at this kind of action, I think, oh, you're just doing it for this one person, not for everyone else. and that's that. You do it for this one person because you know them, or they bribed you into doing something. And as humans, we have these thoughts. We can't deny that we have these thoughts, and regardless of what we say, we can't deny thinking these things or feeling these things. Now, that doesn't always go one-sided. It often accompanies a small whisper of this person's doing a good thing, and she or he is making the world a better place by being themselves. Of course, we don't always see that. Sometimes we love to just spout the bad, and that's that. But in Jasmine's selflessness, I find that regardless of how she's looked at, regardless of how Jafar tries to manipulate her, she continues to be the princess that she wants to be. Not looking to a future of what she is, but looking to a future of what she can become. This entire movie revolving around these two people and their relationship and their own individual lives, along with a little magic from Genie, played by Will Smith. I love Will Smith. Even without Genie, I think they would have tried to make a way for them to have a better place. Of course, Genie made it much easier, which I love Genie for that. Not to mention he's blue, so it's awesome. But looking at this movie, looking back on so many years of COVID, distrust, and fear, thinking not to look into the future with COVID, but looking into a future of how we can make COVID either disappear or better for our survival. And that's my main takeaway of Aladdin. And I just had to get that off my chest. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but haven't been able to. And I hope you guys liked it. And I hope that's given you a little bit to think about. And if you're interested, definitely go watch Aladdin. It's not too much different from the actual cartoon version in Disney, but there are subtle differences on complexity and emotion as well. So definitely go check that out, guys. If you liked what you saw, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'm always open to criticism, so let me know if I can improve anything on any of my podcasts in the future. And as you could have told or saw, I started these series of podcasts with my favorite movies, what I learned from them and what I enjoy about them. And that's the main reason for that is because I like to learn from visual appearances, not just books and writing, and I love to do things hands-on. So that's the main reason I decided to start with one of my favorite topics, and that's movies and what I learned from them. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you liked what you saw as well, be sure to subscribe, turn on that bell notification for any other future updates, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, see you so long. Peace.